If you want to have virtually with a team or an audience, there is no better thing to do than to host your own virtual game show. And I'm going to teach you how to do it right now. Mic drop! All right, so here is something that we get asked all the time is, can you help us put on a virtual game show for our team? Why? It's because people want to have fun. So if you are someone who wants to have fun with a team or an audience, you want less stress, you want to put on a great experience, and you want to be more confident in your planning, then this video is for you. And there are 5 things that you need in order to put on an amazing virtual game show experience. Here they are. They are number 1, purpose, number 2, people, number 3, platform, production, and then plan. These are the 5 things. Now, each one of them has a question that's associated with it. The question is this: why are you doing it? Why are you hosting this game show? The question you need to answer for the people is, who is going to participate? Are they going to be in teams? And I'm going to go deeper into each one of these in a second. The next one is platform. What platform is it going to be hosted on? Is it going to be on Zoom? Is it going to be on a website? Is it going to be on something else? Are you going to be FaceTiming in? How are you going to play the game show? Number 4, for production-wise, the question is what technology do you need in order to make it happen? And not just like make it happen casually, not just make it happen like you're just surviving, but make it happen and be amazing and awesome. And then the last one is for your plan. The question is who is doing what, ... and when, right? Because it's not just who's doing what, you need to make sure to have who's doing what and when. Let's go a little bit deeper into each one of these. Number 1 is the purpose for your virtual game show. Now, the purpose is going to look a little bit different. If your audience is going to be your employees that all work at the same company, that's a different purpose. If your purpose is for your customers, or for your friends, or for your coworkers, or for any number of people that are not just working together. Now, this is an amazing quote. A purpose behind something is the reason for which something is done or created, for which something exists. That's a definition of a purpose. So the question again that we're trying to answer is why? Why are you hosting a virtual game show? Could it be for team building purposes? Are you hosting it for networking? You want people to meet each other and to have deeper relationships? Is it for community building? Is it because maybe they already know each other, but you want them to take the next step in knowing someone and being engaged with your brand? And the last one is, could it be that you are hosting a game show in order to share the purpose of like your vision of your company with your attendees? Are you trying to share an experience with them? Or are you trying to share the purpose behind your event with them, or why you exist with them? So these are just some options for you to consider. Now, this is a game show that we hosted with a company based out of Alpharetta, Georgia, and their purpose was twofold. Number 1 is they wanted to host a game show for their team to compete and to have some fun together. And then number 2 is when they won, the winning team got to choose a donation amount that was going to be donated to a non-profit. So they got to say, hey, we're going to donate this to a certain nonprofit on your behalf. And so it was super fun, and it was give back built into it. Now, another one was a different group. They had a conference, a multiple day conference, and they wanted to have a virtual experience just to mix it up because they were on Zoom with each other all day. And so they wanted to get together and have a good time and just play some games and build some camaraderie into it because they were spending all day just investing in their minds and their professional development. So virtual game shows can be used for different purposes, and maybe you have 2 or 3 purposes. Now, the next section I want to talk about is the people. Who is going to be involved with your event? Now, S. Cathy said this. He said, do not dismiss the importance of making fun a priority. It's an amazing quote from an amazing person who built an amazing company, so don't dismiss it. Now, S. Cathy, in case you forgot, by the way, he was the founder of Chick-fil-A, a small chicken brand based out of the Atlanta area. Now, the people. Who is going to be there and participating in your audience? So when you're thinking for the people, we want you to think for your audience. We want you to see what they see and hear what they hear. Put yourself in their shoes. Log in from a computer like they would be logging in from. Log in maybe from your phone. So see what they see and hear what they hear. And then when you're planning this and producing it and you're preparing for it, we also want you to think through the number of people that are going to be attending. That's going to dictate how much time you have on certain options. For example, one of the companies that we just did a game show for, they had 300 people on day one, 300 people on day two, and so we divided them up into teams, and that determined what games we played. It couldn't be that, like, with that number of people, it wasn't gonna be more like one-on-one with people and doing a game show, like Family Feud would be like you're talking with 5 people at a time. You can't do that with 300 people on a virtual call. So make sure you know the number of people attending. And then the last one is we recommend, if you are going to break up people into different teams, have team names. We did a game show where the team names were team bands spanning from like the 60s up until today. It was so fun. People got into it. They were naming songs. They were trash talking with each other because of it. So it's a really fun thing to do for your game show. The next one is platform. The platform that you have is going to be where your event is held. So a couple of things to consider when you're picking your platform for your virtual game show. We recommend if at all possible, allowing people to have their video on, but their microphone off. This is a really fun and engaging way. And then you can also just turn a screen into like a Zoom wall and you can engage with people while they have their camera on. Another one that we really recommend is chat. Make sure, please, please, please have a chat function, because people can be chatting with each other and poking fun at each other, or they can be laughing at the questions together or laughing at the answers that people give. But chat is super important for a virtual game show because you want it to be fun, so allow them to talk with each other. Another one that's really important is the music. Have you ever watched The Price is Right but with the sound off? Or Jeopardy, I can hear the little ringing from the theme song in my head. Music is super important for a virtual game show. And then the last one is we recommend not just using the platform that you're on, but a really fun feature is going to something like a CrowdPurr. That's crowdpurr.com, or to Kahoot, or playing a game using Steam where someone is logging on their phone. What I'm talking about is if they're watching or if they're interacting on Zoom on their laptop or on their iPad, have them pull out their phone and go to a website and play trivia together or interact in some way. It really breaks it up and makes it a really fun experience for your virtual game show. The next one is production. When you produce your virtual game show, make sure to think through the technology that you need. Now, right here, I've got camera 1, and I've got camera 2, and I've got camera 3, which I'm not gonna go to that camera angle because it's not recording right now, but I've got different camera angles. I've got multiple computers. I can turn this into a Zoom wall. And so the production is a really important piece for a really engaging virtual game show. So think through the cameras that you're using. Can you use more than one camera angle? The lighting that you have, the music that you have, the microphones, and a Zoom wall if at all possible. What I mean by a Zoom wall is just putting people's faces, I know I've mentioned it a couple times, but putting people's faces so that you can interact with them on camera. The last one is the plan. So with the plan, I've got a phrase that I want you to remember. Preparation precedes success, and vision precedes preparation. Here's what I mean by that. When you plan, I want you to have a detailed and thought out plan, but first thing you need to do is have a vision for your event. What do you want the energy to be like? What do you want the interaction to be like? So have a vision and then prepare and then have success. Now, when you have a plan, here is a really simple plan for your virtual game show. Start off with a welcome. Just say, welcome everyone, we are so glad that you're here. And then go into a warm-up game, something that's not necessarily super competitive and isn't for points, but just gets people interacting and used to having fun together. The next one is then you can do something like if you have teams, pull up all of the team captains and have them compete against each other in order to start to even build more momentum. And then finally, you can do what we refer to as an all skate. If you remember going to skate stations back in the day, having an all skate is just getting everybody as much as possible involved on the skating rink floor, and that is what I'm talking about. Do something in chat and do something using maybe their phones, but allows everybody to participate, and it is so fun. And then the last piece is, if you are keeping track, make sure to give away awards or announce the winners. You can even do that a day later, but make sure that you do it because they're gonna be wondering who won this thing. Now that is how to host a virtual game show, and I hope that that is helpful for you. And if it was, I've got an amazing resource that is going to save you time and save you money and save you energy, and it is called the Elevate Game Library. This is a quick video of what it is. It's on our website. In the description below, you can find a link to it. And the Elevate Game Library has over 20 different games and activities that you can use both virtually and in person. And in the game library, you are going to find downloadable keynote templates, you're going to find instructions, you're going to find videos, and it's all designed to save you time, money, and energy so that you don't have to go scouring the internet for fun things to do with your people in order to put on a game show. We've got it all built in there for you, and again, it's all available in the Elevate Game Library. Now, if you loved this video and it was helpful for you, I would love it if you would give us a thumbs up on this video. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell icon, which means you're going to get notified every time a brand new video gets dropped. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for how to learn about putting on your own virtual game show, and we will check you next time. Virtual game show is going to look different. Lick different? I just said lick different.